All right, yes, we are officially live. Welcome to this groundbreaking and exciting training we have here today. And let me tell you this, I've seen a lot of AIs. I know a lot of you know that I get to see a lot of AIs before they hit the market. And this one is by far one of the most groundbreaking, revolutionary AIs I have ever encountered in my entire life. It has impacted my business so much in such a short amount of time, as well as all the beta students, as well as Abi. It is absolutely marvelous what has been created. This is world's first generative AI that creates wildly profitable podcasts overnight and gets followers and sales in any niche. So I'm super excited to share this with you. Obviously, let's do the usual. Let me know if you can hear my voice. Let me know if you can see the screen. We're about to have an amazing demo by the man himself, the creator, the founder of this. And boy, this is literally a instant way to get so much authority, so much traffic, high quality lead flow. Platforms of social media are absolutely loving it. There's so many benefits just by having this. I can't wait to share it all with you. Let me know in the chat box if you can see the screen, if you can hear my voice. We're going to do an amazing training. So I'm first going to show you why this is powerful, how it works. You're going to see it the inside out. And because you're on this live training, you're going to get the absolute biggest bang for your buck for this world's first Gen AI. I'm super excited to share this with you, but let me know if you're excited. So let's see the chat box here. Yes, it's coming in. Awesome, excited. This looks amazing already. I love it. Great. Robbie's here, Adam's here, Danny's here, Sandra's here, Lisa. Perfect. All right. So with that being said, once again, without further ado, world's first generative AI creates wildly profitable podcasts overnight and gets followers and sales in any niche. And this generates, I kid you not, I'm going to show you in a second how easy this generates floods of traffic 24/7 ongoingly. This is a must have in your arsenal. I'm going to expand on that. We're going to back it up by data and stats, and you're going to see that 2025 is the year of podcasts. Actually, starting today, you need to have a podcast up and running, and this works even if you're a complete beginner. So with that being said, let me ask you this question right off the bat. You tell me, if you had thousands of real people listening to your podcast daily, right? If you had thousands of real people listening to your podcast every single day, every single hour, do you see yourself generating more clients and sales every single day? Yes or yes? Let me know in the chat box. If you had thousands of listeners every single hour, every single day, do you see yourself generating more clients and sales every single day? See, yes is coming in, of course, absolutely. I believe so. There we go. Yes, that sounds great. I love it. All right. So here's the thing. We're going to make that a reality starting today. Now, this all has to do with the principle of attention to buyer, right? The more time people spend listening to your content, the more high quality leads and buyers you will get. The more time they spend with you, instead of a little short, instead of a 50-second clip and 30-second clip, the more time a person sit down and watches or listens to your content, the more high quality of a lead they are, the more high quality leads of buyers you will get. Now, the absolute most important part to make this happen is to have an audience, right? This is the most important part of an online income, of a business. Whatever you're selling, whatever you're trying to do online, you need an audience, if you haven't noticed by now. And this is where principle number 2 comes in. Money loves speed is the fastest way to build a loyal audience so you can get those high quality leads is by having your very own podcast. It shows credibility, authority, it's instant reach, and this is something you'll be able to literally set up today with the click of a few buttons. Now, the most successful people online always focus on building an audience. If you look at the greatest entrepreneurs that you look up to, especially in today's day and age, 2025, 2024, the recent years as well, all they're doing is doubling down on audience building 24/7, because that is what fuels the entire enterprise. So what I'm going to share with you today isn't just information like most products and webinars. I know most of you visited some of my trainings. You know, we always come in with that transformation. We're going to change the way you build an audience. We're going to make it faster, easier and get you the highest quality buyer intent leads that you could have ever wanted for any product or service that you sell, whether it's an affiliate offer or your own products or services. So after this webinar, the people that grab this, you will own a wildly profitable audience completely done for you. And this will allow you to make money online consistently, not just on and off, but on an ongoing basis. So I'll prove it to you. We actually have some amazing case studies, and we have people using our exact done for you podcast and are making money with it, right? You're seeing right here, starting a blog and a podcast to inspire entrepreneurs and generating around 20,000 per month, right? We have one just on sports betting, right? It can be any topic. There's an audience for it. And we have people making big bands simply because they put out a podcast for it. And the best part of what they're doing is you don't need any editing skills, you don't need marketing skills, you don't need sales skills, you don't need to record anything. Everything you'll see here today is what you can do immediately right after the webinar and see the numbers go up with your own eyes. And you're going to own a 24/7 lead generation machine, guaranteed. That's not just hype. I'm not just saying that. I'm going to show you in a second why that is going to be the truth for you right after this webinar. So now that you know what we're going to talk about, let me know if you're excited, if you're interested to stay until the end. If you do, right now, run to the chat box and comment the word yes. Comment the word yes in the chat box right now if you are staying until the end, because for those of you that do, we're going to give you something really special, some amazing bonuses, but we need to know that you're live, we need to know that you're paying attention, we need to know that you're with us, because we're live, we're expecting you to be interactive, and we're going to make this one of the best webinars you'll be at all year. So I see lots of yeses coming in. Again, if you saw everything up until now and you're like, well, I'm not sure if I want that, fine, right? Don't stay until the end, leave now. But if you just saw that, hey, this is going to be an easy way for me to get additional traffic, high quality leads, and build an audience, sell my products and offers, and make ongoing online income consistently as easy as possible, comment yes, stay until the end. You're going to get the biggest bang for your buck. With that being said, I'm here on behalf of the man, the myth, the legend himself, Abi Dwivedi, 8-figure earner. He's an award-winning digital marketer, entrepreneur, public speaker. Had the privilege of working closely with him on this, and I can't wait to show you the amount of power and brilliance he has put in this AI to make it so that it can supercharge anyone overnight. So obviously, we can talk about Abi's accolades all day long, but what we're really proud of, and what we're always most proud of, is the people we've been helping left, right, and center in generating results. And we're going to talk about a lot of those throughout this training as well. So let's dive into the 3 secrets we'll be sharing with you today. Number 1 is Instant Profit Podcast. I'm going to show how each and every one of you can dominate with podcasts and generate tons of traffic from scratch without having to record anything yourself. Now, number 2, I'm going to show you how to, once you have that podcast, to instantly turn it, not after 30 days, after months, after weeks, after a lot of content and posting. No, instantly turn it on and start making cash flow and generating traffic that same day, that same second the podcast is live. I'm going to show you how to leverage a fully automated podcast and turn them into evergreen profit machines, even if you're a brand spanking newbie with no leads and no followers to begin with. And last but not least, because you were smart enough to show up live here today, you're going to be able to get the absolute biggest bang for your buck to make it so simple for yourself from this point forward to generate a raving fan base of buyers, high quality leads, and ongoing traffic and recurring clients with your AI podcasts that are literally the equivalent of 24/7 lead machines online. So I hope you're excited, and without further ado, let's dive straight into secret number 1, Instant Profit Podcast. I want to start off by sharing the one and only make money online truth. This is something I've shared on many trainings before, so it might sound familiar, but it is what it is. I can't change the truth. And here's what it is, and let me know if you agree, and it's really important that you understand this. You see, there are lots of great business models online, whether it's agency and service providing, affiliate marketing, white label softwares, selling digital products, selling coaching, selling e-commerce products. As a matter of fact, since we are live, let me know in the chat box what your business model is. Are you an affiliate? Are you doing digital marketing services? Maybe you're doing MLM. Who knows? There are tons of great business models online. And there are, at the same time, thousands of courses that claim to have the shortcut to help you grow your business. But here's the thing, after trying every little trick in the book, I've said this many times before, I can honestly tell you, and you should know this, that it always comes down to the same thing over and over again. And that same thing is the evergreen proven money formula that stands the test of time. Are you ready? Here's the formula. Digital product or service, whatever you're selling right now, paired with a high quality audience equals financial freedom. If you just have these two things, if you fill in the blanks on this, if you have a high quality audience, and you have a good digital product or service that you can sell or promote, that equals financial freedom. This, when you strip away all the bells and whistles, all the hype, all the buzz, if you look at the top earners, the Russell Brunsons, the Gary Vaynerchuks, the Grant Cardones, the Ty Lopez's, whoever you may call, this is their whole business model. They have a digital product or service, they have a high quality audience, and because of that, they're able to build financial freedom. This is what it all comes down to. These are the only two things you need to focus on. Now, the great thing is, most of you, if not all of you, are already 50% successful. Because most of you already have a digital product or service. That's the first half. And if you don't have one, you'll have one by the end of this training with what you're about to get access to. So 50% is already done, accessing and having access to be able to promote a certain digital product or service, whether it's your own or someone else's. The next part is getting that high quality audience. That's where the problem is. Growing an audience filled with high quality leads. If you could only do that, you'll never have to worry about making money online again. Now, high quality audience or high quality leads is the live source of your business, right? Having that audience you can tap into whenever you want allows you to build your list, allows you to get your sales and conversions up, allows you to get your tons of engagements up, allows you to book calls as well as scale your business to completely new heights simply by having access to a high quality audience. And that is what's missing with so many people that have such great products and softwares and tools and access to all these powerful things. But the one thing they're lacking is a high quality audience. Let me know if this sounds familiar. Let me know if this is you actually, right? There's no shame in that. There are tons of people that have been there. I've been there. I'm certain Abby's been there at some point in time. And this is an ongoing thing. Businesses are always trying to find new pools and build and grow a high quality audience. This never stops. Now, I see a lot of people in the chat saying been there, done that. Now, we started doing deep research this 2025, especially Abby looked at how can you in 2025 build a high quality audience on autopilot, multiple high quality audiences in any niche on autopilot in 2025. So he sat down and pondered. And after carefully studying all the necessary statistics, it has been shown that the answer is extremely clear. What I'm about to share with you is something you'll only learn and hear on this webinar. Nobody else will talk about it, but you'll find it. You'll realize it once it's too late. You see, data shows that podcasts are about to explode starting 2025. All the data points say that we're right now here, right? 47.83 billion cap. We are about to go into the most explosive growth of podcasts known to mankind. All the data points towards that. Anyone that started a podcast this year, today, is going to make more money than they've ever had before. It's almost like investing in Bitcoin before it blew up. Now, if you start a podcast right now, you will get tons of listeners. If you look at this, the 50K day podcast ESL, this is going to be the most profitable model for scaling on YouTube right now. So let's talk about offers. I predict this is going to be or become the standard offer model in the next 6 to 12 months. So welcome to being the first to do it. There are a few transition points in our industry that happen, and those that recognize them and jump on them early make money hand over fist. You see, 2025 is the year of the podcast revolution that shortcuts your success. If you look at this great statistic here, February 8th, 2025, amazing case study, a seismic shift, right, in podcasting. Podcasting is undergoing unprecedented growth with projections pointing to over $500 million here, right here. YouTube says it now has more than 1 billion monthly viewers of podcast content. Podcast started as an audio-only phenomenon, but now YouTube, the world's biggest video platform, might be the biggest platform for podcasts, right? Americans, the US alone, is listening on average every single week 6 hours and 39 minutes on podcasts or to podcasts. Imagine that the average podcast is anywhere from 15 to 20 to max 30 minutes. And Americans, an American household spends 6 hours a week. That's a lot of 15 to 20 minutes episodes they're listening to, right? Let me actually go and open up Google here. Right here, YouTube says it has now more than 1 billion monthly viewers of podcast content. Right? 2 days ago, YouTube even starts enhancing podcast features and sound quality controls. They're doubling down on it because they know this is where the trend is going. Podcasting seeing explosive growth on YouTube. YouTube reaches 1 billion monthly podcast listeners. 1 billion people are watching podcasts on YouTube every month. YouTube adds podcast special tabs on Android TV for a wider range. YouTube even beats Spotify as the top podcast platform with 1 billion users. Do I need to say more? YouTube's dominance and trends over other podcasts to watch for in 2025. Podcasts are literally taking over TV screens as video formats grow increasingly popular. YouTube powerhouse Pocket Watch is betting on kid-focused podcasts as its next growth era. Every single niche is being targeted with podcasts, right? The proof is irrefutable. And on top of that, if one single American spends 6 hours on average, 6 hours and 39 minutes on a podcast every single week, with over 300 million Americans at least, that's a lot of hours spent on podcasts. That's a lot of traffic right there. Billions of monthly listeners. And this is just YouTube. I haven't even talked about Spotify, Apple, all these other platforms where you can listen to podcasts. But this is all extremely recent, 3 days ago, 3 weeks ago. The time to literally start a podcast and see almost instant success is right now. So you might be wondering, then, well, if that's the case, then why is not everyone immediately doing this? Why is not everyone doing this right now? Well, first of all, not everyone is paying attention to the data. The data right now shows podcasts is the way to go. Podcasts are going to explode more than ever, and people that start a podcast right now will be the most successful in that field in their era because it is an instant shortcut to tons of traffic, downloads, and listeners. People are craving more podcasts. They're looking for them 24/7. Now, the reason why not everyone is doing this, because before AI, as you might know, creating a podcast was extremely complex and it required ongoing recording sessions, content production, and tons of time and money. As a matter of fact, before AI, you would have to spend at least $1,500 plus on a professional microphone and soundproof setup, right? The $1,500 is conservatively because a mic alone can already cost $1,000. Then you still need to do the soundproofing. Editing software and production tools can cost easily over $100 to over $500 a month. Hosting and distribution fees, as well as a video production setup if you want a video podcast, another $1,000 at the very least. If we're talking bare minimum, $2,500 a month to just put out decent podcast content on a consistent basis, right? And this might just be one episode. Now, furthermore, even with AI today, it's extremely complex and nearly impossible, right? You need 11 labs to convert audio into videos, $199 a month at least. Descript for AI Avatar created for the video podcast, HeyGen as well, Adobe Firefly, Jasper. I mean, you'll be so in literally frustrated with all these technicalities, and as well as paying a ton to put it together, it's not even fun and it's not even worth it. You'll pay at least $895 monthly, plus you'll have to learn how to make all of this work together to make sure you have a decent podcast. But that is all about to change because of this man right here. I'm about to call him on the screen. He's about to go live and show you firsthand the amazing and powerhouse AI he has created to make podcasting the number one traffic machine for you right now and make it a breeze to instantly have top podcasts that actually get you paid over and over again in record time. You see, he's been secretly creating world's first gen AI, testing it with beta students left, right, and center to produce wildly profitable podcasts that grow your audience. You see, Jason here launched his podcast with AIPodcasts in January, and by March, right now, he had 12,000 listeners and already made over 9.5 in ad revenue. That's $9,500 in ad revenue. Best investment ever. We have Rasha here turn his blog into an entire podcast with AI. So if you have a blog, this is a no-brainer. 17 episodes live in 1 week, 3,800 subscribers, spent zero time recording, all automated. Samantha started using AI Podcasts, and in her experience with podcasting, within 60 days, she grew her brand from a brand new show to 14,000 downloads. Now, if you're wondering, where are they getting this traffic from? Where are they getting these downloads from? How are they putting these podcasts together? That's exactly what we're about to show you, because all of you will be able to do exactly this and see the exact same results, if not better, right now. So she even secured 2 ad deals worth a ton of money, and is really fun once you have your podcast up and running, working for you. So with that being said, let me ask you a question. What if you had the ability to do this? What if you had access to the AI that generates high income producing podcasts on complete autopilot from scratch? I mean, look at how realistic this looks. Look at how good this looks. And to imagine that all of it is practically done for you by AI. The scripting, the imagery, the video, the topic, the content, it's all completely done for you, and it looks so incredibly real. The conversations are extremely high value. It really captures the right people, keeps them in tune, and it gets people to move forward and buy your products and services. So with that being said, if you have this, imagine you were able to create a 4-person podcast like this, or a 2-person, or a 3-person of this type of quality. This never seen before AI that lets anyone create absolute viral podcasts with hardly any effort in just minutes. I mean, again, look at how realistic this looks. You'll be able to create these with the click of a few buttons. If you have that, do you see yourself, just like Samantha, just like Jason, just like Rosh, and all the others, do you see yourself growing your business faster if you had an AI podcast that gets thousands of listeners and downloads every single day? Let me know in the chat box. And if you say yes, I'm going to go ahead and bring out Abi, as he's going to show you firsthand how this is going to be your reality for the people that are smart enough to take action. And please, for your own good, you do not want to sleep on this. The data proves it. This is that point where you wish you stepped in when you first heard about it. This is exactly this. If you don't take action right now, I cannot save you, because the data proves that everybody that starts a podcast starting today, right now, in this ease of a fashion, you'll be able to have a 24/7 lead machine working for you that you can monetize. And we're going to show you exactly how that's done. Let me know in the chat box if you want that. I see lots of people saying yes. And then without further ado, comment "I'm in" if you would like to see how you will be able to do exactly that. If you comment "I'm in," I'm going to have Abi come in and show you this right now. So I see lots of people saying "I'm in, I'm in, I'm in." Yes. Awesome. So Abi, whenever you're ready, take over the screen and show them the amazingness of what you've created.
All right, folks, give me a yes if you can hear me loud and clear, and if you can see the AI podcast dashboard. All right, brilliant. Lots of ones just coming in. Let's dive into it. Before I get started, I want to apologize just in advance if you hear some noises of toys in the background. Those are my cats just jumping around. I really couldn't get them off the study. But anyways, let's get started. So what AI Podcast does, it lets you create podcasts, right? And everything is done by AI. And in this demo, I'm going to show you how quick and fast it is, right? So when you log in, there are options to create a podcast, an audio podcast, which is just going to be a conversation but in MP3, a video podcast, which is going to be a conversation but video characters, AI avatars in it, and then you can clone your voice, or you can look from different AI voices that we have. You can add your 11 Labs account if you want to use your existing voices. We have Podcast Planner, which lets you publish your podcast or schedule your podcast video or audio to publish on Facebook or YouTube. So you can create schedules here. So these are two simple things. So the first step that you want to do is go into AI characters, and we've added a couple of pre-made characters. We're going to add a bunch more as well for you to pick from. So these are all ready-made characters. But what AI Podcast allows you to do, it lets you convert yourself into an AI character, so you can use yourself in the podcast. So let me show you how that works. So if you want to clone yourself, you click on this and you click on upload character, and you give your character a name. Let's say I want to look a little bit younger. You select your voice. Let's say I want to select this voice. Again, you can filter from all these voices. You can preview all these voices. Click confirm. Character is made, and then just upload like a picture of you. I'm gonna upload this one real quick, and what this is gonna do is just gonna take your picture and take all these inputs and create like an AI character based on the image that you've uploaded. So let me click on create. So here's the first character I created. Now if you don't like it, you can again regenerate, or you can upload a different picture as well if it's not generating the character based on your liking. But again, you can customize and create all these kinds of different characters. Especially the point is you are able to clone your self and your voice. So you create a character like this, right? So if I like this one, I like this, I'll keep it. All you have to do is close this. It's auto saved here. Now it says processing. So what it's doing is it's creating a couple of videos in the background to train the AI to use this character for podcasts. Now, if you want to clone your voice, you go here, and in the voice cloning, you create a new voice, you give it a name, upload a sample of your voice, and that's it. Or you can record as well, and it will clone your voice as well. So this is the first step. That's what we've done. If you don't want to use the ready-made characters that we have in your podcast, you've cloned your character, you cloned yourself. Now let's go ahead and create a podcast. So if I click on create podcast over here, I will click this. There are options to create an audio podcast or video. So audio is, like I said, just audio, and video is a podcast in video format that you can upload on TikTok, Instagram, all those places. Let's click on select here. Let's create a podcast about Tesla Cybertruck, and I want to target this podcast for the US audience, and I want the language to be English. Now we support all the languages, pretty much everything out there. We support this French, German, South African, pretty much all African, also all South American, all Asian languages, all European languages, everything is covered. Now, number of people. So you can have just you on the podcast. You can have 2 people, you and another guest. You can have 3 people, you and 2 more guests, or you could have 4 people, you and 3 more guests. So let's do 2 people, like a standard one. You can create a square video. You can create like a TikTok, Instagram video, or you can create like a standard YouTube video. So let's do that. And then the duration could be very short episode, 2 to 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, or 10 minutes more longer than that. Now, usually podcasts, the best performing podcasts are between 5 to 10 minutes, not more than that. But for this demonstration, let's do a short, very short podcast. Now, in the video style, you will see options solo and panel. Solo essentially means when the video is generated, when somebody's speaking in the video, the entire screen will be taken over by them, and then when the other person speaks, they will take over the entire screen. If we do panel, it means they would be side by side. I'll show you how that looks. So we do that. Let's click on next. Now here we can either describe what kind of podcast we want, or if we have like a blog post or a website that we want to convert into a blog post, we could put that here. If you have some documents that you want to upload to grab the idea from, you can do that. But let's say I want to create a podcast about Cybertruck's use case in Mars trip, right? Random topic. click on next. Now what this is going to do, you're given it the most basic idea. Now what this is going to do is going to describe this idea in detail. You can read through it, modify it, and this is what will be used to create a script for your podcast episode, right? So again, you control all of this. You can modify whatever you want, add to it, remove to it, edit it, whatever you want, and then this will be used to create your script. So right here you can pick from all the characters that have been generated. These are the ones that are included in your account, and then these are the ones that you have created yourself. So you can use either of these two characters. So if I want to use this one, I can preview all of this. I can preview how the voice is, and I can preview how they both sound. So let's select this one as the first character, and then since we're creating a podcast with two people, let's pick this one, right? Again, you can preview all of it, and you can change the name as well. So we're gonna click on next. Now again, if I want, I can change the name over here. I can choose, like, if I want me to be here, I can move myself here, I can move her there. If there are three people, I can you know, sort of arrange how I want the screen to be. Then click on next. Now what's happening is it's generating the podcast script for you to read through, modify, add to it if you want to do that. And so right over here, you can see this is the script. This is the first character, the second character is first character, second character, this is what they're gonna speak. And again, you can add more, remove more, modify it any way you like it. And again, you can click on edit. So if you want to change the voice of the character, you can change that from all these different voices over here. Again, you can add your custom voice to the character that you have created. And next you click on generate podcast, and we'll start generating the podcast for you to start edit. Now this might take like about a minute or two for you to, you know, sort of start editing the video. Now since the video is ready, before I get into the editor, give me a Y in the chat if you're following this so far and if you think this is cool. All right, great, lots of Y's coming in, brilliant, awesome. Let's get in. So I'm going to click on these three dots and go into edit. Now in the edit, you can see I've got my script, I've got both the characters as I've selected, and my timeline is ready. I can see everything is rendered, put there. Now on the left hand side, you will see all the editing options here, right? So what you can do is you can change the background. You can replace, for example, if you select this slide where I'm speaking with this character speaking, instead of this, you can just put like an entire different video or image if you want to do that. So you could do that. You can generate an AI image. If you want to add an object, you can do that as well. So if I want to add like a picture of planet Mars, I could do that. I could click on it and it's going to add this picture. I can move this around. If I don't like it, I can delete it. Again, I can generate using AI as well. I can add text, you know. I can modify this to new episode, right? So I can leave this here, and it's just going to be on this slide, and then again on the other one where the girl is speaking, it's going to change, and I can add another text layer, and I can modify it as well. Now it already adds a background music, but you can choose a different background music or upload your own background music, whatever image or object you add. So let me show you again. Let me try and add Mars here again, and if I go into animation, I can you know, select these kind of animation. I can make it fast or slow, you know. I can add these animations on the layers as well. I can add an intro and outro video. So like, you know, if you have like a short video clip as a B-roll, you can add that. You can choose from different caption styles. So you can pick this one, any of these caption styles, lots of, and we're going to add more as well. You can choose between the volume of the voiceover and the volume of the background music. You can add a call to action, which is like a text layer that you add in the corner. It could be a website or title of the episode, whatever you want. You can add your logo, you can add a watermark, you can decide how long the slide is going to be. So you can customize all of this. And what you can do is you can also preview each of these slides. So if I click on this one and click play.
Hey everyone, welcome to Mars on Wheels.
Right?
Hey everyone.
And then I can select this one.
And I'm Elsa, ready for a Martian road trip.
Right? And then once you've customized everything, you want to preview the video, click on preview. and
Hey
you can
everyone,
start playing it,
welcome
and
to
it will
Mars
give
on
you a
Wheels.
preview
I'm
of
Avi.
how
And
the
I'm Elsa.
animation,
Ready for a
all the
Martian
things
road
that you've
trip?
added put together, how they will look like.
Imagine cruising
And
through Mars in a
again, this
Tesla
is it. That's
Cybertruck.
literally it. That's
Let's
how long it takes for you to create your first podcast episode. Click on render and we'll start rendering the video. It takes about a minute or two to render it as well. And once the video is rendered, you can download it. For example, like clicking on these three dots, you can click on download it. You can download this video. You can edit it. You can clone it. You can create a copy of it and then, make another version of it. And of course, you can set it in the podcast planner to be published wherever you want, or you can download it and publish wherever you want. So again, super simple, super cool, super easy. That's how AI podcasts work. I'm gonna render and then play this episode at the end of the demo as well for you to see how the sample looks like. But again, there's so much that can be done, and it's incredible. So if you've been following so far, with podcasts, what you could do is you could sell this as a service. You could do it as a faceless AI channel. There's so many different use cases. You could sell this as a service, faceless YouTube channels. You can start your own podcast, generate leads. You can generate leads for different businesses. You can monetize them with ads, whatever you want to do.
everyone, welcome to Mars on Wheels. I'm Avi.
And I'm Elsa.
There you go. That's
Ready
how
for
the
a
video
Martian
looks
road
like.
trip?
Totally.
And the lip syncs are brilliant. The character looks brilliant. They're all moving. There's there's interruptions, there's giggles, there's jokes, there's captions. Everything is there. And then again, you have full option. To customize the entire video as you want. Give me a Y in the chat if you think this is cool. If you think this is something you can use in your business and make money with this. Awesome. Lots of Y's and yeses coming in. Love it. You guys are an amazing, super active audience here. Over to you, Raheem.
Wow. Who here absolutely loved what they just saw and just wants their own AI podcast right now? I just want to quickly show a couple of the podcasts we created to really show the beauty of this. I want people to understand the quality of what they're about to get access to, because once I show you what you're able to create, you know that the type of podcast you will be able to put on the marketplace are like none other. So let me actually show you, for example, our 4-screen podcast right here. I'm just going to play a part of it. Notice how clean the movement, the lip syncing, the quality of the conversation, and how they wait turns to speak as well.
Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode where we tackle a big question. How is AI changing the job market? Are we heading into a new work revolution, or should we all be worried?
Yep, AI is automating everything from customer service to content creation, and people are asking, will there even be jobs left for humans?
But let's be real, haven't we heard this before? Every time new technology comes along, people freak out.
Look at how clean this conversation is. Great characters. The lip syncing, once again, on point. The visuals are perfect. The timing is perfect. Let me know in the chat box, is this absolutely beautiful to watch? Let me know. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Let me actually show another example right here. 2-person conversation. Once again, I'm just going to play a short part of it. But again, let me know in the chat box how you're liking this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Future of Marketing, where we talk about trends, tech, and tactics shaping the marketing world.
I mean, look at that. This is a full ongoing podcast between two almost real human beings about the trends of marketing. You can create podcasts on any topic you'd wish. And just like that, same here.
Hey Mira, I keep seeing posts about people making money online, and I'm like, how? What's the secret?
You see the emotion, the stops in the voice, right? This is quality. Let me know in the chat box if you absolutely enjoy that. Let me go back to the slide deck right here. Let me know in the chat box who absolutely love what they just saw and just wants their own AI podcast right now. You heard enough. Let me set this up right now. Let me see this with my own eyes. I want this to work for me. Who? Awesome. Lots of yeses coming in. This is amazing. Extremely powerful. It's beautiful how powerful AI is nowadays. There you go. And even on this last conversation, right? Speaking about making money with AI, notice how you can plug in your products, your services, your affiliate promos, and let them even talk about that or suggest that or recommend that straight from within that podcast. So this is truly powerful. We're going to dive deeper into that. Ladies and gentlemen, that's secret number one, instant profit podcast. All of you will be able to set up a profitable podcast overnight starting today. Now, speaking of profitable, who wants to know how to turn this into cash flow and traffic the moment you get access to this? You see, it's no big secret that the new wave of success stories will be ruled by AI powered businesses. But the problem is that everybody that has access to AI nowadays, because it's so accessible, everybody is using it to do the exact same things. Everybody uses ChatGPT to write copy or has some kind of copywriting AI, some kind of AI that helps them with social media, videos or images, some kind of AI that helps them with their designs. Like, these are the most common ones, and they're becoming more and more accessible, so they're not as much as a wow factor, right? It's not as much that you stand out anymore when you have access to that. It's still powerful and useful regardless, but you do not necessarily stand out, making it harder to make money. Now, the biggest success stories are the ones who can use an AI in a way that the masses cannot. If I can leverage AI in a way that you can't, my chances, my ability to make money is infinitely greater. And that's exactly what is happening to you right now. You'll be a money making AI user because once you have AI podcasts, you have an unfair advantage over everyone else. Every time we show this to anyone, their jaw drops to the floor. They didn't even know that this was a possibility, especially not of this quality. When you can use AI in a way others can't, you'll not only be the main attraction, but you make a ton of money. Speaking of which, who wants to know where to list your AI podcast for free to get guaranteed thousands of visits daily in just 10 to 15 minutes? Let me know in the chat box. Let's see if you're still with me. Comment yes in the chat box if you want me to show you where and how to list your AI podcast for free immediately after it's created so you can get thousands of listeners, visitors, daily traffic coming in, downloads over and over again without you having to lift a finger. Give me a big yes in the chat box. There we go. I see lots of yeses coming in. Stephen, Adam, Rebecca, Danny. There we go. David says yes. Lisa says yes. Lori says yes. Rolf says yes. Randall says yes. Johnny says yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me show you firsthand. You see, you can get 24/7 free traffic filled with high quality leads if you simply list your podcast. This is all you have to do on Spotify through anchor.fm, right? 500 million plus. Immediately you're tapping into that audience. Podbean, 580,000 plus active listeners every single month. Buzzsprout, 100,000 plus active listeners. SoundCloud, 76 million plus. Spreaker, this one's super underrated. You'll get a ton of good traffic from here. 30 million plus, right? YouTube, 2.6 billion plus, while we already know YouTube is almost infinite lead flow. And then Red Circle, smaller, very niche audience, but it's growing extremely rapid, especially if you list your podcast there. You're going to get a ton of very serious and dedicated traffic that is looking specifically for you and wants to know more about what they can buy from you, how they can work with you. Now, it takes 5 to 10 minutes to list your podcast on any of these platforms completely for free. But it doesn't stop there. You see, just like with social media, these platforms have their own algorithms where the moment you list your podcast, they're going to make sure it's going to get seen by the right people. They're going to recommend it to people that have listened to similar topics, similar podcasts. They're going to push you like never before to make sure you love their platform. You see, when you put out your podcast like this, right, on all these platforms right here, this is your high value AI podcast. And all these platforms are going to give you free promotion and instant listeners. It's going to send it to their millions of user base saying, hey, this new podcast just entered. They're going to put you on the fresh weekly content. They have all these playlists that they put you in to give you this kickstart. Hey, welcome to our newcomer, our new topic of the day. Listen to these fresh new podcasters. They're gonna give you so much initial traffic to get a good initial user base of listeners to keep growing that ongoingly, because people will refer people. You're gonna get tons of shares. It is almost as easy as just turning on a switch and having tons of traffic coming to you. I kid you not. This is the power of releasing a podcast in 2025. Not enough people are creating podcasts because it's such a high value production. It takes a lot of work. So these platforms are desperate for new and fresh creators to do podcasts. There are way too many listeners and not enough producers. They need you more than ever, and they're begging you to put your podcast on their platforms, and they'll reward you with tons of reach and active listeners. Now, speaking of which, these AI podcasts creates almost an instant income stream. You can earn by, first of all, getting paid for either affiliate offers or maybe your own products and services that you recommend and sell through your podcast. That's one of the easiest ways you'll hit your first four figures. People that listen to a podcast take recommendations dead serious, right? Even me, when I listen to a podcast and somebody recommends a book in that podcast, or they refer to something, a product that helped them, I go and check it out, and the chances of me buying it after watching that podcast are extremely high. So that is one of the easiest way to build up your affiliate income or just get clients and sales for your own products and services. Second of all, you'll be able to get paid for downloads from your listeners. Every time people download your podcast to listen on the go or just have on their phone or their desktop or their PC or their laptop, wherever they download it, you get paid. Now, on top of that, you also get paid to display ads in your podcast. Podcasts are one of the best ways to get money for ad revenue, right? When people place ads in between your podcast, right? You can even get sponsorship deals, but you can also turn on monetization and then have ads, relevant ads run in between your podcast. You get paid handsomely for that as well. On top of that, you get paid by premium subscribers. If you have two levels of podcasts, one is free, one is premium, and that's where you maybe share juicy content, longer content, better content, more interesting topics. You break down other stuff, which again, the AI does all of that for you. You don't even have to be an expert in any of the topics. You just need to maybe care about the topic enough to create a podcast on it, and the AI will do all the rest of the work. You have more than 4 income streams that are guaranteed to make you money, and tons of traffic 24/7 for free by just listing your podcast and any of these algorithms, right? People are so focused on social media, they forget that Spotify has a tons of traffic, Apple has tons of traffic, Apple Podcasts, right? All of these places are heavily and relatively untapped. And you can come in and make so much money, generate so much traffic. You'll make up for all the time you've spent online in one go. Now, with that being said, you can also use AI podcasts not only for yourself, but for clients, and help another person set up their podcast. There are tons of people that love to have that. They just don't know where to start. They don't have time to record themselves, but they just want to share their wisdom. They want to have a podcast. Some of them don't want to show their own faces. They want to know if they can do a faceless podcast. They've never tried that, a video podcast. So you'll be able to help them with that entire infrastructure with ease and get paid for that handsomely. So setting up your podcast in 2025 guaranteed will allow you to cash in, right? I know people that make 250 to 500,000 per year for just dropping their podcast. The traffic right now for it is absolutely insane, and the time to start one is now. So you tell me, do you see how owning a podcast right now brings you consistent traffic and sales, allowing you to quickly earn at least $1,000 per month, just conservatively, worst case scenario, 1,000 grand a month, just by having access to AI podcasts? Let me know in chat box if you see how that is possible by tapping into the most untapped sources of traffic that has the most highest quality and buyer intent traffic, because people that listen to podcasts are serious. They're looking for information, they're looking to learn, grow, and invest. You'll be able to go into an avenue you never have dabbled in before, where all of your success is immediately shortcutted, because it's something you should have done a long time ago, but you just didn't know how, or that it's possible, or where you should even begin. But with AI podcasts, you can instantly tap into the world of podcasting where tons of traffic is waiting for you, tons of sales is waiting for you. And in 2025, the data, the actual factual data, shows and tells that anyone that starts a podcast right now, you're going to experience such a huge wave of success. It's absolutely unreasonable not to at least try this. I've already seen it with all the clients, all the students we've been working with, my own businesses. Abby's crushing it. You tell me, do you see how owning a podcast right now brings you consistent traffic and sales? Let me know in the chat box, and let's make it a reality. You see lots of yeses coming in. Absolutely, definitely. I want to set up. Already got 2 topics in mind. Amazing. So with that being said, because you're on this live webinar once again, you're going to get the absolute biggest bang for your buck. And I want you to give a second and literally just give yourself an applause. Just take a second and give yourself an applause, because there were so much more people that could have been here, but for some reason they decided not to. They were either too lazy, they slept off, they forgot about it, they didn't take it serious enough, and that's going to cost them, because of that they will stay at the same place. You, on the other hand, were smart enough to take time to invest in yourself here today and show up, and that is going to pay off in tenfold, because not only you're going to get an amazing discount, but you're going to literally see so much results right after this. It will all be worth it. So with that being said, who here wants to know everything you're getting today as part of the webinar discount deal? Give me a big yes in the chat box, because we're only sharing this with the people that are live and active and are commenting yes. If you're here, if you're not responding, you're not showing up, there's a good chance you'll be booted off and you won't even get to see this. So give me a big yes in the chat box, and we're going to show you firsthand the power and the amazing deal that you're about to get if you are smart enough to take action, if you actually want results, if you want traffic, if you want sales, if you want to have an automated lead machine, authority and reach using the power of podcasting in a way nobody else can. Go ahead and comment yes in the chat box. There we go. Johnson says, Adam says yes, Dave says yes, Lisa says yes, Rebecca says yes, Rob says yes, lots of yes coming in. Steven, Michael, Thomas, Jonathan, lots of yeses. All right, without further ado, let's show you everything you're getting here today. You're going to get access to the AI Podcast Premium account. Now, this allows you to, first of all, have instant access to commercial rights where you can sell your podcasts. On top of that, you can get AI-powered podcast creation with any character on the inside, where you simply pick one of the pre-made characters and you're ready to go. You also have the ability to create up to 4-way conversations on each podcast. You'll also be able to generate podcast scripts and conversations literally by just giving it a topic, and it will craft out the most high retention, high converting podcast known to mankind. You'll be able to have human-like natural conversations as well as AI avatars on the video podcast. You have up to 4 characters on video and audio podcasts at all times, so it can really be a discussion which people love. Create audio or video podcasts. Both of them are powerful. Turn ideas into high-quality podcasts instantly. Like we saw in the demo, literally just give it a text or give it a website or upload a PDF or document. Click on Generate Podcast and it's done. This is next level technology. You can create 50 AI powered podcasts, as well as the AI generates human like AI voices. The AI creates video podcasts automatically, auto generated captions and subtitles, as well as background music and sound effects. Upload custom talking head videos. If you have a particular head, an image of a person that you want to use, you can simply click on upload, generate video podcast, and there you go. Face swap and image editing AI for all the avatars. You have podcast planner and content calendar, so you can really plan it out once and set it, all forget it, and then watch it bring in traffic 24/7. Auto publish podcast to Facebook and YouTube, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, plus more. Share and schedule podcasts on social media. This is going to be an evergreen traffic machine for you, because once they see you dropping podcasts, you'll be an instant authority. Edit and customize every aspect of your podcast as you wish, as well as convert entire blog posts and articles and scripts into full-on podcasts. AI-powered noise reduction and studio quality enhancements to have the most beautiful, crisp sounding podcasts, as well as podcast SEO optimization for maximum reach. Even when people Google a certain topic, your podcast will show up. Export podcasts in HD audio and video quality, as well as all the analytics and tracking, so you can see not only the amount of podcasts you have, how much they've been listened to, which are the best ones, how much have you scheduled, how many characters are there, which one is getting the most listen time. All of that data allows you to know what type of podcast to keep creating. Now, dedicated support and regular updates from us will be there to hold your hand to make sure you're a massive success. Detailed training included. Even if you're absolutely zero experience, you'll be able to pull this off and see a ton of results because we have taken care of everything for you, and the AI does all the work for you. You have a 14-day money-back guarantee. Now, I want to stand still here for a second. 14-day money back guarantee. What does that mean? You can literally create podcasts for the next 14 days and decide if you want to keep it. And even if you don't, if for some reason you cannot continue, you still get to keep all the traffic you've generated in that 14 days, all the podcasts you've uploaded. I mean, those stay yours. We can't ask for those back. So the least you can do is try it out and take massive advantage of it. You also get a bonus training only on this webinar on how to make fast cash using AI podcasts, where we're going to take you by the hand and show you 4 different ways for you to click by click duplicate us and start making money with podcasts. Now, who here, after seeing all of this, wants 10 times faster results with a discounted upgrade to start earning 10 times faster today with AI podcasts? Because this is something we're only going to reveal on the webinar and give you access to on the webinar in terms of the biggest discount that's only available on the webinar. We're going to give you 10 times faster results on top of everything you're getting here today. If you think this is amazing, which it clearly is, lots of people saying, awesome, I want this, where's the link, and I get this now. We're going to give you 10 times faster results because you're on this webinar. What does that mean? Besides everything you see right here, you're also going to get access to the AI Podcast Unlimited upgrade. This is where you really are going to get the benefit of podcasts and get to be able to get a ton of traffic hand over fist. You see, you'll be able to create unlimited AI-powered podcasts, over 500 a month. You'll generate longer audio podcasts, up to 50 minutes, which is the perfect time for a podcast. Generate longer video podcasts, up to 10 minutes. Again, perfect time, which makes people watch the next episode and the next episode and the next episode. Create unlimited episodes per podcast, unlimited AI voice variations, unlimited AI podcast templates and styles, unlimited podcast hosting and distribution, full HD and 4K video podcasts, access to 100 plus AI voiceover styles, multi-speaker podcast creation, priority AI processing, and faster rendering, so your podcast will be created a lot quicker, exclusive AI podcast branding and customization features, share on Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. Besides the regular Facebook and YouTube, you'll have much more power here as well. Priority support and account manager, full priority support for 12 months, plus you get a bonus, which is our AI Podcast 2 Pro. Now, with the AI Podcast 2 Pro, you'll be able to have features that nobody else will have access to make your podcast pop. Now, as a bonus, you'll also get advanced analytics and reporting, free cloud storage for all of your podcasts, TikTok viral traffic training. This is one of our best bonuses, where we show you how to get 100,000 followers in a week. We normally sell this separately as a training for $200. You're going to get this for free. And you also get our YouTube lead generation app to get tons of traffic from YouTube, as well as some of our underground traffic secrets. Now, the unlimited allows you to simply go ahead and have faster creation of podcasts. With the click of a button, they're ready, and you can create almost unlimited ones on top of the premium you get access to. Now, to really take it to a whole new level and give you that 10x faster results, you'll be able to remove AI podcast branding from all your podcasts. This is definitely something you want to have as you want to represent your own brand. You get one-click podcast translation to over 100 plus languages. This allows you to dominate globally and tap into markets and literally countries, and also help clients to expand. You also will be able to have multilingual AI voiceovers over 20 plus languages, 50 plus additional AI voiceover variations, AI-powered podcast mixing and sound designs generate dynamic podcast intros and outros to really create that branding. AI podcast clipping and highlight reel creation to simply clip the best points or the best sections out of your podcast, have those automatically be clipped, can be spread to socials that will take people to go and watch the full podcast. And custom branded podcast pages and embeds. This is what's going to turn you into a high value brand. This is what's going to attract high value leads, high quality buyer intent leads, no matter what you're selling, whether it's affiliate products, your products, digital marketing services, offline products, offline services. This is what's going to show your expertise, authority, and branding and make you stand out. Now, if that's not enough, we're going to make this so easy for you. Not only are we going to give you our bonus AI Podcast Pro traffic, AI Podcast Pro GFF, as well as our AI Podcast Pro pages and our easy video sales pages that literally give you everything to stand out, we're going to do it for you. AI Podcast done for you. Now, obviously, we can't do this for everyone. We're only doing this for the people that are on this webinar, which is you right now. If you take action and grab this, we're going to do the work for you. You're going to get done for you podcast setup. We create your first 5 episodes. We know the episodes we need to create because we're going to make them high retention, high converting, making sure you have something that immediately will generate your traffic. We're going to create your banners and flyers for social media. We're going to give you custom AI generated branding for your podcast, making you an authority in the space. We're going to give you AI powered voice cloning setup, hands-free podcast editing and optimization. This is everything we're doing for you. Full podcast marketing strategy guide. We're going to make sure you get the traffic, you stand out. You get hands-free publishing to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. AI-powered podcast SEO. We take care of that and the distribution. 100 done-for-you podcast scripts in top niches that you can dominate with right off the bat that we've vetted, proven, and tried already. 100 done-for-you short clips and scripts to promote your podcast. 100 done-for-you social media posts to promote your podcast. And VIP priority support and dedicated account manager. You will only see this on this webinar. This is something so exclusive, so high value, where we step in and do all of the heavy lifting and work for you. If you do not grab this, you're shooting yourselves in the foot. This is what's going to give you an instant shortcut to success, instant shortcut to traffic, leads, and sales. If you want to blow up with a proper brand and authority, and if people look up to your business name, whether it's a faceless podcast or a personal brand you choose, you'll have something that people now know and recognize and want to buy from your links and your products and services. That's what we help you instantly set up on the done for you, and then you can take it from there, and it's all done for you with the AI, as well as you'll have our VIP priority support and dedicated account manager. Now, if that's not enough, we're also going to make sure you're completely set with all the content you need to give you not only the complete done for you setup, but with Content Reel, you're going to have the one and only complete content customization tools to go ahead and create short form videos, long form videos, editable videos. All of your content that you've created with the podcast, you can now put into Content Reel and squeeze every little drop out of it on autopilot, because it's an AI that blows your content up on social media, make it spread like a wildfire, and make sure you're going to generate more and more eyeballs and listeners than you could have ever imagined. Now, on top of that, you're also going to get access to the bonuses that I've already mentioned, which is the AI Podcast Pro traffic, AI Podcast Pro pages, easy video sales pages. You're also going to get our TikTok viral traffic, our YouTube lead generation app, and our underground traffic secrets. Now, you're also going to get access to Player Neos Advanced. This will allow you to turn all of your podcasts into interactive, clickable podcast videos where people can opt in on the video, click and purchase from within the video. This will make the entire experience interactive, allowing people to engage more, retain their attention, and really amaze them. That's what Player Neo does. It turns it into a complete interactive experience, allowing you to capture email addresses within the podcast video, allowing you to as well as have people buy and click within the video. Now, with that being said, all of that is included in your webinar special here today. So to recap once more, you're going to get the biggest bang for the buck because you're going to get access to the AI Podcast Premium account valued at $1,997. You'll be able to create stunning podcasts like this, have viewers enjoy them and love them. You'll be able to have access to AI Podcast Unlimited, which allows you to create unlimited podcasts, have you access multiple social platforms to put your podcast on, multilingual, as well as making sure you have a higher output, longer podcast, 4K, everything that the premium account normally cannot do. You are upgraded on the unlimited, where you have literally everything you need to dominate. Now, to make that even better, you're going to get the professional access where you can remove the AI podcast branding and really start branding yourself, making a name for your brand and your business, multilingual access, as well as different variations of voices, and again, removing the branding of AI podcasts. And then my all-time favorite, and the one that is going to be by far the absolute game changer for you. This on its own is worth everything on this webinar, and that is the done for you, where we come in, not only create your episodes, unlock them, give you all the scripts, post them, SEO proof them. Everything you do or need to do is done for you. This is an instant moneymaker where our team comes in and turns you into a guaranteed success story. Now, you also get access to Content Reel Premium to actually take your podcast and really turn them into social media marketing machines, and Player Neo's advanced access to have the ability to turn them into interactive video podcasts where people can click, answer questions, opt in, leave their email addresses, buy, all from within that same video podcast. Now, if you comment live bonus right now, in the chat box, only on this webinar, you're also going to get access to the Article to Voice Creator, the Coursable Traffic Blaster, as well as our SEO Software Pro. These are some of our top-notch AI that we use on a daily basis to supply ourselves with tons of traffic, get tons of SEO, high ranking, and free traffic using our software that takes care of all of that for us, plus our Article to Voice Creator, where we can turn any article into any good voice that we can leverage for the podcast. Now, all of this will be yours if you comment live bonus right now. So let's see. There we go. Live bonus, live bonus. The chat is absolutely blowing up with live bonus, which means, once again, you're going to get the AI Podcast Unlimited upgrade, the AI Podcast Professional Access, the AI Podcast Done For You Unlocked, the Content Reel Premium account, Player News Advanced Access, Article to Voice Creator bonus, Coursable Traffic Blaster bonus, which gives you a ton of traffic, and our SEO Software Professional. You will be unstoppable, and it's all because you were smart enough to show up live. And I'm going to be realistic with you. With AI Podcasts, you can easily make anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 per month. The amount of traffic that is ready to be tapped into in an automated fashion. Even if you just put out 10 podcasts a day, you'll have so much traffic coming in. It is insane. Normally, to put out a podcast, it takes weeks, sometimes even months. You'll be able to do that in a couple of minutes. You'll have such an unfair advantage. You can outcompete any niche and dominate it with your podcasts. And therefore, we have no problem charging $997 a year. You see, that's actually extremely fair price, because if you look at it, we saw that creating a regular podcast would cost at least $2,500. But as you can see on screen, we actually will not charge $997, even though that's a fair price right now to have something that nobody else in the world has the ability to do. You have the ability to tap into any niche on any podcasting platform and dominate it, flood it with your content in a way nobody else can. And you won't even have to pay $997. Who wants to dominate right now and get $680 off? $680 off, bringing it all the way down. Getting access to everything you see here, the entire premium account access, plus all the upgrades for your bundle to 10x your results, all of this right here at just $317. At just $317, you can create unlimited podcasts to dominate, have tons of traffic. There are people spending this daily on ads and are getting nowhere near the results that you're about to get. But guess what? You were smart enough to show up to the live webinar. And even though 317 is a steal and you have a 14-day money back guarantee, you can just try it out, test it, see it with your own eyes. If you comment live discount, that's all you have to do. If you comment live discount right now, you'll unlock the webinar action taker only price. Only if you comment live discount. We only do this for the people that are here, that are showing up, because guess what? You're going to get the done for you. We're going to go in and set everything up for you and turn you into a success story. So we only want to do it for the people that are paying attention. If you comment live discount right now, you will get access to everything for just 267. 267, and you're set for the rest of the years that are coming ahead, because the podcast, as you know, is absolutely going to blow up. This is literally right now the number one shortcut to immediately tap into tons of traffic. If you want to witness this with your own eyes with ease and have high value branded podcasts with tons of authority and listeners that enjoy it, with great topics, great conversations that are all yours, comment live discount in the chat and the team will drop the link right now to give you access to everything you saw here today. The premium account access, the unlimited upgrade, the professional access, the done for you, where we come in and set this up for you only for the people that grab this right now. You get the content reel, player news to make it interactive, article to voice creator, courseable traffic blaster, SEO software professional bonus, plus our red carpet live training to show you firsthand, click by click, how to make sure you make money with podcasts for just 267. That's all it takes to turn your life around. There's every now and then a moment where you can make one move that sets you straight for the next few years. And that is right now. We had it when dropshipping became a thing. The people that started that, the first, were the ones that win the most, right? Social media marketing agency, the people that started that first were the ones that made the most money. It happened with the Bitcoin craze. The ones that got it first were the ones that made the most money. Every now and then, something like this will pop up. And if you're lucky enough to notice it, have someone tell it to you, see it, be on time, you're going to be one of the most successful people of that era. And that is this right now. Podcasts are ready to explode. They're already exploding and generating a ton of traffic. And the reason for this is there are not enough podcast creators, but there are tons of consumers. Not everyone has the time, the energy, the bandwidth to create a podcast. Not only can you help them with that and actually make money with it, but you can create your own and actually take benefit and advantage of all the traffic, because these platforms are begging for more creators. The link is in the chat box. You can do this for just 267. Start today, 14-day money back guarantee, and witness this with your own eyes. If you start a podcast right now, you will get tons of listeners, right? This is going to be the standard model. You might want to go ahead and take advantage of this right now. You bet you want to take advantage of this right now before it's too late. 2025 is the year of the podcast revolution, and this will shortcut your success. Right? A seismic shift is happening in podcasting. We've went through all the articles. I've showed you live on Google. YouTube right now has more than 1 billion viewers. Everything in the last recent weeks, last recent days, it has all been podcasts. They're actually making additional tabs, updates, and upgrades to televisions to give it the podcast features, to instantly watch them, to instantly view them. They're centering all their power around podcasts because that's where the trend is going. And you getting access to AI podcasts right now will put you on the forefront. It's only a matter of time, literally record time, where people will say, hey, that's my favorite AI podcast. I love that AI podcast. Great topic, great conversations. You can have that for you in record time. Do you see yourself growing your business faster with AI podcasts? All of you said yes. Samantha's crushing it. Raj is crushing it. Jason is crushing it. We have people starting a podcast about sports betting, crushing it. Podcasts about inspiring entrepreneurs, crushing it. It doesn't matter what topic. Just create the podcast with AI podcast, publish it to the places for free, and watch the traffic roll in. Just try it once. At 267, it's an absolute steal. AI podcast creates instant income streams. You can get paid for affiliate offers on your products, get paid for downloads, get paid to display ads, get paid by premium subscribers. You can do this for others. You can sell your podcast. All of this is waiting for you on the inside. Setting up your podcast in 2025 will allow you to cash in, but the time to act is now. The link is in the chat box. Comment a live discount to grab this at 267. And guess what? You'll lock this in for a full year and you can cancel at any time. After 12 months, you get a notification saying, hey, your renewal is coming up. Let us know if you want to renew. And some of you will be ecstatic and saying, I'm going to renew over and over again. And 267 will be pocket change to you by then. That's until a year from now. Some of you will have made so much money, you're going to take that money and do something else. You're going to pursue different interests, and that is fine too. But either way, you've been able to build a brand, a following, a list, engagement, high quality leads, and tons of sales and clients through the power of podcasting, because that is exactly where the momentum is right now. And if you step into that, if you're smart enough to take advantage of that right now, you'll thank yourself 1,000 times over for making this decision right now. Do not shoot yourselves in the foot, because if you've been paying attention, you know that this is different from everything else. This is not just another video creator, another copywriter, another chatbot, another designer. No, this is something that you have not seen anywhere else. And if anything, if you take action on this webinar, you're going to get the done for you setup, so you're guaranteed to succeed. So go ahead and grab this right now. The link is in the chat box. You only have a little bit more time before we close the doors. We're only opening this for a little bit right now, and then we close it and the price immediately goes up. So go ahead and grab this while you're seeing this. The link is in the chat box. 267 is still cancel anytime. Try it for 14 days. No questions asked, money back guarantee, and you still get to keep all the traffic and all the podcasts you created. And then after 12 months, you can still decide if you want to keep it. And then after 12 months, you still keep all the videos and podcasts you've created, even if you don't renew. But I know for a fact everybody that grabs this is going to see so much success. You're definitely going to keep this in your arsenal, because you know the ROI is so great. It wouldn't make sense for you to stop using it or stop renewing. I know for a fact that everybody that grabs this is going to see a ton of traffic, is going to see a ton of leads and listeners and downloads, and actually get paid for producing podcasts by the platforms out there. That's exactly what's going to happen if you take action right now. This is not just something I'm saying. This is something I've seen. This is what the data is telling, and the numbers do not lie. The same happened when there were predictions that social media is going to blow up, that YouTube is going to be the main thing, that video is going to take over. All of that happened back to back to back to back. Now it is podcasts specifically. Their time to rise is here right now. And if you take action right now, you're going to get all of the pie with AI podcasts. Take advantage, be an early mover, first mover to get the biggest advantage, the greatest results, and a massive discount right now at 267 for showing up live, and even having a done for you setup, and a limited upgrade, professional access, a completely branded podcast, all yours, simply because you were smart enough to show up live. The link is in the chat box. Grab it right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a timer. The timer is going to be for 5 minutes. Once the 5 minutes are over, you will not be able to access it. So make sure you grab this right now. But before I do that, let me actually go to the link myself and show you how easy it is to grab this at 267 right now. You'll have a special coupon code you need to enter. I'm going to show you how that works. Let me go to the link myself. So once you click on the link, you'll go on this page, and from there, you'll see a coupon code called AIPodcasts. Make sure you copy that or remember that, and then click on this link. This coupon code is only activated right now for everyone that's live. And then from here, you can go ahead and see AI Podcast Bundle. And a quick one, if you take action right now, we have something we call a Mega Pass, where you get literally in I'd say record time results, because for just $77, we're gonna give you VIP live training on AI podcast domination 2025, live training on automated podcasting business in 2025. These trainings alone cost $1,000 separately to attend. This is normal for our inner circle or high ticket students. You get unlimited agency accounts for AI podcasts. Normally you have to pay $67 a month for this. Unlimited agency accounts for player neos to make your podcast interactive, which is something everybody wants, which is the cherry on top. This normally also costs $67 a month. Unlimited agency accounts for CoinCard, unlimited agency accounts for TuneReel to create animated videos, unlimited campaigns for 12 months, unlimited access to PodReel, and a secret AI podcast agency group access for $97 a month. This is only for the first 50 buyers. Now, if you'd add this up, 1,000, 2,000, it's already 120 plus. Then we have another 120, that's 240 plus, another 800 on top of that. So there's clearly over 3,000 here. Then coming into 3,100 plus, another 3,200 plus. You're going to get $3,200 plus worth of value only on this webinar for just 77 bucks. So if you're smart enough to take advantage of this, not everyone will be able to see this. This is something that pops up only if you're still in time to be the first 50. Check this box to make sure you get yours. It's only 77 and the return on investment is going to be insane. So you're going to get access to that. Simply put in your email, your contact number, and then the coupon code. Don't forget AI podcast, then click on apply and you're good to go. So with that being said, once again, take advantage of this deal while it is still available. You see, this is 317. You're gonna get a massive discount with the coupon code, bringing it down to as little as 267. Make sure you take advantage of the mega pass if you happen to see this. If not, then just take the amazing deal with the coupon code. But if you're here, make sure, and you see this live, make sure you go ahead and be quick enough to be one of the first 50 by checking this box. And again, you're going to get podcast domination training live. We're going to sit down with you, show you where to move your mouse, what to click, exactly tell you as clear as day what to do to make so much money with AI podcasts. You won't know what hit you. So make sure you check this box to take advantage of that. You also get our automated podcast and business, so it's completely hand-free. Normally you have to pay just $2,000 only for these things alone. You're going to get tons of agency accounts because there'll be people that will be loving to have access to what you have access to, and you can actually go ahead and make money by giving them an account and they pay you monthly for it. We're going to show you all of that plus more on these trainings. Now all you have to do is grab this. You're getting over 70% off right now. The link is in the chat box. Don't forget to put in your coupon code and click on apply, email, phone number, and then you're off to the races. So one more time, everything you're getting here today, including this immense AI podcast mega pass, which already is more than $3,200 in value, real world value, not just a made number, but these are actual price points that you normally have to pay separately on sales pages for. You're going to get that in one sweep for just 77 bucks because you're here live. You're going to get the entire AI podcast bundle, which entails access to your AI podcast premium account with all the features that absolutely dominate starting today, as well as all the upgrades for 10x faster results, which means the unlimited upgrades to create unlimited podcasts, professional access to remove any branding, done for you unlock, where we come in and make sure this is going to be the best investment you could have ever made. And again, you have a 14-day money-back guarantee. At least try this out. You're going to get the Content Reel premium account to blow up your social media and get tons of traffic from there. Player news, advanced access to create interactive podcasts that literally blow people's minds away, article to voice creator bonus, coursable traffic blaster bonus, and SEO software professional bonus to get tons of free traffic too. All in all, you're completely set, but your only way to grab this right now is by going to the page, clicking on the link, checking this box. If you're lucky enough to be one of the first 50, then put in your email and put in the coupon code and then select credit card or PayPal. When you select credit card, you'll see that a form pops up at the bottom. If you select PayPal, you'll get taken to PayPal. Take advantage of this right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a 5-minute timer, and that is going to be your last and final chance to grab this, because once this timer runs out, you'll no longer have the ability to grab this at an absolute steal of only $267 with a 14-day money-back guarantee, cancelable at any time for a full 12 months. You can create so many podcasts that will give you so much traffic. You'll build such a large list, get so many sales for your products and promotions. All of that is waiting for you on the inside. And if you're lucky enough to be one of the first 50, you're going to get access to the mega pass, the mega bundle, which gives you access to over $3,200 in real world purchases for just $77. Go ahead and take advantage of that right now. The link is in the chat box. The timer is on the screen. The time is ticking. The moment this timer runs out is the moment you'll miss out on a ton of traffic and success. If you've been running around in circles trying to get your business off the ground, trying to get authority, trying to get established, trying to get people to take your offers and products seriously, you've been posting tons of content at no avail, this is what's going to be that game changer for you. At least try it out. You owe it to yourself to at least try it out and then watch what happens on the inside. I can't wait for you to access this, because I already know the power that you'll have access to and the results that you'll get because of it. So I'm just going to thank and congratulate a lot of people that I see got in just a couple of minutes alone. So John, congratulations. Adam, congratulations. Michael, congratulations. Rebecca, congratulations. David, congratulations. Lisa, congratulations. Steven, congratulations. Danny, congratulations. Lots and lots of people. Congratulations once again. Mila just got in. Congratulations. Ali got in. Congratulations. Awesome. Jonathan got in. Thomas got in. Tony got in. Congratulations. You guys are absolutely going to crush it. There we go. Melissa got in. Congratulations to you. Donnie got in. Daniela got in. Congratulations. I see so many names. Again, guys, you have just made a decision that is going to literally pay you back in 10, 100, if not 1,000-fold over, because you're taking advantage of something that is bound to get you results, right? Podcasting is something that right now is the platforms are desperately looking for you, wanting people to drop more podcasts. They don't care if it's AI, they don't care if it's real, they need more podcast content of high quality. And the data shows that if you drop a podcast right now, you're going to get so much traffic. You're going to get people to find you simply because these platforms will push your content to their listeners, telling them, hey, check out our weekly new entries, check out our podcast of the day, check out our best new podcast. They have all these names and playlists of to introduce new podcasts to their audience, and people always love new stuff. So you're going to get traffic no matter what. Now, on top of that, you're going to get that and turn that traffic into sales by being able to promote your products, but also being able to do this for other people, sell podcast episode, create podcasts for other people. I mean, the ways to make money is almost infinite with this, and that's in the $77 mega pass access. You're going to see exactly how to dominate with podcasts, monetize it to your heart's content, and actually have a nice, good cash flowing podcasting empire that you can leverage as a stepping stone to any other business you want. Because once you have that hub, your evergreen podcast empire, you can use that to scale any other business endeavor. You can attach it to anything and watch it grow, because that is so powerful. So with that being said, you have almost less than a minute to grab this at an absolute steal. Only $267 for the entire podcast, AI podcast, with all the upgrades, 10x faster results. And then if you're smart enough and lucky enough to get the mega pass, go ahead and check that box and get a complete upgrade at $77, and you're completely set. Now, don't worry about the annual. After 12 months, you can decide if you want to continue. That's not until 12 months from now. I want you to focus on the here and now and start getting those results by simply letting AI create massively high retention podcast for you that creates so much traffic that is ready to do all the work for you. Let AI do the work for you in a way nobody else can by using AI podcasts. See you on the inside. Bye bye.